Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Today, I'm going to show you how to do a sweet jar poppet spell. Now, you can do this spell without the poppets, okay? If you don't have any poppets, just use name papers, all right? So I have 2 red poppets for love. I've already blessed and baptized them as the target and the person who I'm using in this example video. Okay, I'll run through the smoke. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born. I blow life into you. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born. I blow life into you. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born. I blow life into you. You don't have to use a cigar or a cigarette if you don't have one, okay? I want to show you that you can do it without. What I have burning here is my own personal incense mix. You can use myrrh, copal, frankincense. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born. I blow life into you. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born. I blow life into you. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born. I blow life into you. I now call upon your mind, body, and spirit and enter it into this doll. I have here a red working candle. Oh, sorry, guys. Every time, never fails. Never fails. I'm going to make a spirit powder. And what I did was I wrote his name and date of birth on 8 pieces of paper. Okay, 8 is a very good luck number. You could do 7, 8, 9, whatever feels right to you. 8 felt right to me for a few reasons. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of you now represent the mind, body, and spirit of You now are the mind, body, and spirit of born You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born, the name written on this paper. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born. You now represent her mind, body, and spirit. Now you could use this spell as a binding or just for sweetening a situation to help reconcile. The only difference, if you do a binding, you're going to bind the two dolls together. Now I cut a little slit in the poppet. I'm going to pull out some of the stuffing so I have some room. Okay. That should be enough. Now, I'm going to pour this ash inside the hole of the doll. Now, if you don't have a doll, what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of brown paper or any paper and you're going to put it in the middle of this, okay? I'm going to take my working candle. You're going to want a red candle like this. And I'm going to seal it. Seal the ash. Like that. And you seal where you overtop the slit. This is now representing the mind, body, and spirit of the client that I'm using as an example in this video. I hate dry stuff on my hands. I hate that feeling. Now, I have his name papers. And again, if you don't have poppets, you're just going to have a bigger piece of paper, and you're going to put the ashes come in the middle, okay? And for a binding, you would put the ashes in the middle, fold it towards you, and then take a red string and bind it towards you. Tie it with 8 knots, okay? Now, if it's not a binding, you're gonna put it in that piece of paper, fold it towards you, and then seal it with the wax, and then just put it in the jar, okay? Now, this represents the target. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of born now represent the mind, body, and spirit of born and his name paper is stubborn. You are now the mind, body, and spirit of. You represent the mind, body, and spirit of born. I now call upon your mind, body, and spirit. I call upon your mind, body, and soul. Call upon your mind, body, and spirit. Call upon your mind, body, and soul. Now represent the mind, body, and spirit of born. You now represent his mind, body, and his soul. slap some sense into his ass. And now I seal the hole. Candle. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put them face to face, their hearts together, okay? Put them face to face. And stick them inside the jar. Okay? Face to face. Now, I have here my love powder. But what you can use, cocoa powder, cinnamon, lots and lots of sugar, rosebuds, lavender, or you can literally just stick with sugar and cinnamon by itself. Okay, so sugar, cinnamon, cocoa powder, just sugar and cinnamon, sugar, cinnamon, and rosebud. Okay. Literally the most important thing is the sugar and the cinnamon. Okay? Everything else is optional. Okay, but sugar, cinnamon, and cocoa powder is really good. Okay. I have here my love oil mixed with domination oil. So I'm just gonna squirt a few drops in there. Okay. Then I also have my black cat oil. That's optional. You could just use any love oil or just plain olive oil, okay? That you pray and charge, okay? Okay. So, now, I got here some rose water. You can actually make this by boiling rose petals in a pot and then steeping them and draining them, okay? Somebody got this for me from Turkey, so I'm using this. I bless this rose water to sweeten this relationship, to bring love back into this relationship, to make him miss her, need her, want her, dream of her, desire her. Inshallah. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, I bless this rose water to make desire, make him think of her, need her, want her, miss her. Now, let me grab something I forgot. Now I got here some Bacardi. You can use any liquor. I just added Try to make it like vodka or rum, something pretty high proof. Okay, I've seen people use wine. I don't really like how wine turns out. And this is to preserve this, and also alcohol keeps it from getting rancid. And this is to represent him getting drunk in her love. Him being all like confused in her love, drunk in love, just like Beyonce's song. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, I bless this rum to make drunk in the love of. Make him constantly think of her, need her, miss her, want her. Fill it all the way to the top. Try to fill it to the very, very top. As I seal this jar, so shall I seal their love. Sweeten their love. Now, if you didn't have poppets, remember, you would take the paper, put the ashes in the middle of the paper, and fold it. Okay? If you're trying to bind them, if you were trying to bind, you could do this as a binding as well. You would take, the extra step you would add to this is take red yarn and bind it towards you. Bind it. I bind them together. I bind you together. I bind you together. And then do 8 knots. All right? Or however many pieces of the number you use for the spirit powder, the pieces of paper, that's the number you use for the knots. Okay? Now, you don't want to try to bind this if you're not together, if you're not in a relationship. That's why I didn't bind this. Okay? Because they are not in a relationship. I'm using this to sweeten him to come back to her. Okay, so you could use this for a reconciliation or a binding. Now, one extra step. I hate that dry feeling in my hands. I absolutely hate that. It's like the most nastiest feeling. So, I'm going to take a piece of paper. Okay. Now, let's seal this with the wax of my working candle. Okay. Now, I also carved their names and dates of birth going from the bottom up to the candle. And I dressed these with, I already dressed them with the same powder and my oils. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write his name, whoever the target's name is. Okay. I'm going to light these. And I'm going to fold the paper towards me. Turn it to the right, fold more. You have a little package. Now I'm going to run it through the smoke, or through the flame, going clockwise. This is to stimulate his feelings, his guilt for treating her badly, to stimulate his mind, body, and soul. Okay? Do that until it catches on fire. All right? Now you could keep doing it over and over. Okay? Oh, didn't burn all the way, so I'm going to keep going. Okay, you want to rub it, the heat. You want him to feel guilty. You want him to miss her. You want him to think of her constantly. Okay? Do it just enough that it touches the flame. Okay? And then you're going to burn that last piece. I burn this to represent burning your heart's desire, for your heart to burn with desire for mind, body, and spirit, for your loins to burn for her, your heart to burn for her and ache for her, your mind to burn for her and ache for her, your loins to burn for her and ache for her, inshallah. Ya Ibn Manyuka. راح تربيك انت يا كلب. Okay, now you're going to take whatever remnants, you're going to let it burn naturally, like however way it looks. You're not going to overly burn it, right? You're going to put it underneath. This is an extra step. You can skip this step if you don't want to do it. I have this, this couple candle. You can do pink or red. And I've carved their names and dates of birth from the bottom up. Okay? And then I went around the heart, connecting their full names and dates of birth until it went all the way around. And then on the bottom, I put his name and date of birth once. And then I turned it to the right, put her name and date of birth 3 times over it. Okay? So, I'm going to put that. You're now the mind, body, and spirit of, and you will return to her quickly and lovingly. Take that same powder mixture, sprinkle it over top. Now, I've already blessed these and blew life into them. You just say, you are now the mind, body, and spirit of, say the name and the date of birth. Blow, I blow life into you. And do that 3 times each. You can also use a cigar or a cigarette. I love to use glitter. Spirits love glitter. And then I light. And that's that, folks. I'm going to let it burn down, and then I'm going to bury this jar in a nice, by a tree or in my garden, okay, where the plants are always growing. You could also bury it in a potted plant. Same goes for the remnants of this wax. Okay, let that burn together, and you're all set. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll be going live this weekend, hopefully. Next weekend, by the time you see this video. And so it'll be the weekend of, like, the 29th, or something like that, after the ritual. The ritual's on the 26th, so yeah, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles, bitch!